Chrissy here. I've watched over the last couple of days. I've watched a couple of videos. They weren't easy to watch. One was Jacob. Oh, I feel so ashamed I can't remember his last name, but that shooting in Kenosha where the guy was shot 7 times in the back. I think his last name was Black. I apologise for not knowing his last name. Disgusting, just disgusting. And the other one was that 17-year-old who came in from the state of Illinois because he was going to join a militia. He was going to join the militia there. And there was a militia there, Kenosha militia or something. And he shot and killed 2 protesters and injured one with an AR-15. I watched the video of him doing that. This is the sort of crap that Trump and his cronies are laying out a silver platter for to continue to happen. The Democrats passed a bill after the George Floyd killing that stated, it set out lots of different provisions and guidelines and rules and all, and of course it hasn't even been put up in the Senate. So what I'm going to look at, I will be looking at the last day of Trumpalooza. There's not going to be any confetti poppy, but okay, so the RNC Trumpalooza. But what I'm going to do is ask, first thing I'm going to ask is, will the bill that was passed after George Floyd's death by the House, will it be passed in the Senate in 2021 when a new administration takes over? So I'm going to ask that. Sorry, I'm not sorry. I know I'm normally a lot more lively and jokey and all that, but I don't feel that way. I just feel it's just, what the hell is wrong with this group of people? So that's the first thing I'm going to ask, and it's to do with, it's a federal bill on police tactics and all that sort of thing, and so I'm going to ask, is it going to be passed in 2021 after the new administration comes in? We all know Trump has said, oh yeah, yes, of course. Put it forward, vote on it and I'll sign it. McConnell would have put it forward. So, will the bill that the House passed on unnecessary police action, unnecessary violence, after George Floyd's death, be passed when the new administration comes in 2021? No reversals in this deck. Yes. Yes, it's being shoved in the back burner at the moment. It's being put on hold, shoved into the dark abyss, the dark cave of Mitch McConnell's desk. I think they need to make a law that if a bill passes with more than a certain majority, it has to go through the Senate. McConnell can't decide not to do it. Five of Wands. They're still going to be fighting for it before that. They're still going to be. This doesn't mean that they're going to wait until 2021 to pass it. They're still going to be fighting to get it passed every day. At the moment, this is the maybe card. It's being shoved in the black hole of McConnell's backside. Which is disgusting. Knight of Cups. Republicans are coming forward and saying, yes, yes, we'll support it, knowing full well, and yes, we'll vote to pass it, knowing full well these senators are Republicans saying, yes, yes, we'll vote to pass it, knowing full well that asshole's not going to put it forward. So they're just, yeah, what the Republicans say in support, isn't it? Yeah, this dude even looks a bit like McConnell. Look, he's hanging on there tight, hanging on to, tell him, you know. Yeah, they might vote with their conscience if he ever brought the bill up, but he's not. It's a very, very crucial decision. And there's going to be movement on it, movement forward with it. It is going to get passed, but it's still going to, no matter how much they fight at the moment, it's still going to be suspension of time. It's going to lead to imprisonment of some police officers. I wonder if there's going to be some investigations of any incidences since Floyd, and even back to Breonna Taylor, who I think was even before George Floyd. You can correct me if I'm wrong. It's going to spark new investigations once it comes through, and there's going to be some imprisonment on it. But at the moment, they're restricted by Mitch McConnell. Oh, look, they just have to keep working, keep diligent, keep persevering. That's what they have to do. They're not going to, you know, Democrats in the House, they're not going to sit on their butts and wait for it before they, you know, try and push to get it passed again. They're going to keep pushing and keep pushing. But I think no matter how much they keep pushing, McConnell not going to bring it up for a vote. He's not going to bring anything up for a vote that he thinks some Republican senators might go with their conscience on. And he hasn't, ever. Anything that he thinks that the Republican senators might pass, go with their conscience on and vote, he hasn't brought it up. Over 260, I think, bills have been passed since 2018, since, you know, that was sworn in at the start of 2019, the new House, and McConnell has only put 6 of them up to vote. So I've asked that question. Yes, it will get passed, but no matter how much they fight and push, it's not going to happen till, you know, McConnell's out of that place. Until there's a new Senate Majority Leader. The next question I'm going to ask is, how big of a toll is Hurricane Laura, sorry, I call it cyclone, going to have on the Gulf states and the other inland states where it's predicted to pass over on its way back to the east coast. By the time it gets to something like Georgia or something, it's predicted to just be a low again. Georgia or Kentucky or the Carolinas, it's predicted to be down to a low again, but that's going to dump, yeah. So let's have a look at that. What is the long-term effect? There are people who are going to be, they're going to be feeling abandoned. Of course, this has to happen. Why? The administration is, it's not going to be pretty. I'd like to say this is an indicator of change. Well, it is, but it's not change for the good. High probability that lives are going to be lost. The high priest, the government. This one, it reminds me of, you know, they're not going to be able to make up their mind whether it's night and day. No, they'll be stagnant, they'll be pretty well useless. And they're not worrying about it. They're sitting up there in Washington, D.C. They're just pretending it's not even happening. Them, the bushfires, the virus. Oh, yeah, they're acknowledging the violence because they think they can use it to make Democrats look bad and to scare Americans. But the others, the Queen of Wands. Nancy is going to, Congress, Nancy Pelosi in Congress, the House, they're going to push for relief bills and push for relief bills. Whether they'll get through or not. No. Oh, the Five of Wands, more conflict. More conflict. There's going to be so much conflict happening. People, it could be amongst people themselves, it could be amongst agencies, it could be amongst the state and the federal government. It's just going to be a storm of conflict because, as with coronavirus, Trumpy Doodah and his merry men, movement, momentum, they're going to make a show of movement. This is a very, very flashy dude and two very, very flashy horses. They're sitting on top of a cloud. This is castles in the air type of thing. It's going to be a rush of, we're going to get this happening and we're going to get that happening. And it's not going to happen. It's just... Congress is going to stand its ground. They're going to continue to fight to get relief to the areas that need it. There's going to be conflict, you know, death, conflict, anxiety. What's the government going to be doing? Manipulation. Manipulation and trying to, and going, oh, look, a squirrel. Oh, look, a squirrel. Biden. Oh, look, a squirrel. Biden, bad, bad, bad. And people are dying everywhere. This is the sun. That's good. It looks like that the House is possibly going to get some relief through. A lot of the states that are going to be affected, about a good 3 of them are red states. So, you know, some Republicans aren't stupid, but there's still going to be a lot of people who feel abandoned and left out in the cold and forgotten. The Knight of Pentacles, plod, 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 and they're going to try and make money out of it. Use it for their own gain. Whether it's, oh, look at us, we looked after you. Vote for us and we'll continue. We look at this, just all dust. The Knight of Swords. there's still going to be a lot of chaos in after the House gets relief bill through for these areas. There's still going to be a lot of chaos. Why is there going to be chaos? Let's have a look. Let's ask. Nine of Cups. Yes, they'll get what they want, but there's a flip side to the Nine of Cups, greedy merchants. Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands is often shown holding his horse back a bit, restraining the horse a bit. They're going to try and hold some of the aid back. The MFers, I mean, that's all I'm going to say is, but I think that despite all of that, people are going to be able to work, people are going to work together to get through. They're not going to sit down and they're not going to pretend that the government's going to come and help them, the federal government's going to come and help them. They're going to do what they need to do and team up together to help themselves. But it's going to be a whole custard fudge. Yeah. Again, sorry, I could be more, I'm not being, you know, I just see that disaster. It's going to affect so many more states. And there's going to be flooding, rivers are going to be overflowing. We had a Cat 5 on the east coast here back in late 2010 or late 2010, I think it was. Cyclone Yahtzee. It was a Category 5 storm. I was over here in Perth. Family and friends and places I loved, knew well, places I knew well were wiped off the map. I was scared for my family and friends. If you are in those areas, please get to safety. If you're told, look, get out, get out. I mean, and if you can't get out, if it's too late for you to get out, do everything you can to keep yourself safe. And, you know, hopefully you'll be prepared for a wait with some fresh water and some sort of facility set up away from where you, with some place to sit and rest and some sort, even if it's a bucket or something up out on a roof or a balcony or something that you can use and stuff. Just hopefully, you know, if you can't get out, if it's too late to get out and you can't go, I hope you're as prepared as you can be. And all I can do is, you know, John Baptiste said, prayers in the air. Send the prayers in the air. Stephen Colbert did not watch the convention, did not watch day 3 of the convention. I saw a little bit of Mike Pence's speech. It was, what I saw was, no. Mind you, he did seem more presidential than Trump did, but he still didn't seem anywhere near presidential. Like, he sounded like a whining baby to me. So, anyway, I did the wildfires the other day. Let's have a look and see what's happening with the California fires. Let's have a catch up with them. California fires. Oh, this is, it's going to really cause some significant changes in the area where they are at the moment. I just got the words going through my head. Some species are going to be wiped out. Whether I think plants or something. I don't know. I mean, but it can be good in that it can also encourage, when done properly, when it's a friend, wildfires are used to help pollinate and have seeds, you know, open up seeds and things. So I think they might lose some species, but others that have been like dormant because it takes a certain action to encourage their growth, that might happen. But there's going to be real significant changes in that area. And again, this is highlighted by the world. The end of one sort of cycle in that region and the start of another. Seven of Wands. The people are going to stand their ground and keep fighting. The Moon. This is interesting to me. I don't know. There could be some... They're hoping for rain. But I still think there are still some areas that are hidden, that aren't gone into very often, that still might be hit. That's the Moon. Oh, and there's lies and, yeah, don't know, abuse of power. Somebody in the, you know, government are going to use it to try and, again, frighten voters and stuff, abuse the situation to their own end. They're going to need resources. It's going to bring to light some hidden problems and maybe some secrets, hidden secrets. Nine of Wands. People are embattled, but they're going to keep going. They're going to keep fighting. Having grown up in an area where every year you get battered with things, people who live in areas like that, you're fighters. We're fighters. You know, year after year, battening down the hatches and stuff. You learn to fight. There's going to be some... The area's going to come out stronger. But despite the abuse of the situation by others. Page of Swords. There's going to be a whistleblower about the resources. Two of Cups, new partnerships. Wow. There's secrets happening. People are in bad. Going to be partnerships. Really interesting. Really interesting. Again, never really had to deal with bushfires when I was growing up. I didn't live in that sort of environment, just the cyclone ones. But you're battlers, whether you live in that type in a bushfire type environment or a storm type environment, tornado environment. You're battlers. You're strong, and you'll keep doing what you need to do, and you come through. Okay. Now, I'm just going to come back briefly and use this bridge reading, which I really like. This militia problem, and it is a problem. I hate to sound like tolling the funeral bell or anything, but I think it's going to get worse. So I'm going to use this to have a look at this thing, to have a look at this issue. The word is coming up more and more on some journalists' lips, and I wish they wouldn't use it, but it can't. But again, it's one of those things, it's damned if you do and damned if you don't. If you don't acknowledge it, you're told you're not acknowledging it as a problem. If you do say something about it, you're told you're beating it up and causing panic and fear. It's a problem. It is a problem. Is it going to get solved? And if you're watching here and you're a fan of militias, get out of town. Hop on your little tricycle or whatever you ride and just pee on out of here, because I don't want to know. Militias are... they're past their time and place. They have no time and place in a modern democratically run country. There should be no need for them. And if a president encourages them to build up and take up arms, then it's sedition. Indict the bastard. God. There, I feel better now. Bit of a beef fetch today. Bit of a venting session. The militias. Abandonment. They are abandoning people who go and join these things, and they're abandoning the very principles of their nation. Defending their home? No, they're not defending their home. Forming a militia to fight against the government and government organisations and government forces, whether they're police or marshals or whatever, that is not defending your own. That is sedition. That is illegal. Grow up. Okay, current energy of the issue. Three of Cups. It's being given support. It's being given so much support. And that is, and it's being given support from high, because you're not going to hear the orange blimp say anything. He's given support by his silence. He is, by not saying anything, he's given complicit support. Ten of Swords. This is the heart of the matter. These groups want to destroy what they see around them. Not defend it, because they don't like what they see around them. So they want to destroy it and get rid of them. That is the heart of the matter. Destruction and betrayal. Stabbing their country in the back. And I don't care whether it's here in America or here in Australia, and believe me, we have a few groups of loonies like that. I've met a woman who words to me was, we've got a stockpile of guns and ammunition out at our farm. Oh my God. And the scary thing is, her farm is only 45 minutes from where I live. Ugh. Challenge to consider, the Knight of Pentacles. This is the challenge. Slow, prodding, mercenary, using these people to their own ends. Guess who the Knight of Pentacles is? Slow, prodding, not doing anything, dragging his feet, sowing seeds. I'm just feeling very vitriolic today about these sorts of things. Incoming challenge, Five of Swords. The challenge is abuse of power. Incoming change, abuse of power. So this is incoming change. So there's some incoming change about this abuse of power. I'll do a clarifier on that and find out what that might be. Likely outcome or result, Seven of Pentacles. This is Lord of Success Unfulfilled. Unfulfilled success. That is really good to hear. That is really good to hear. You're not up to snuff. You're not going to be able to do what you want. But I'm going to get a clarifying deck here. My good old purple and golds. My everyday tarots. I'm going to do a couple of clarifiers. What is this incoming change? And the Five of Swords, what is that about? Ten of Cups. Family, American family, putting an end to it. There's one way American families can put an end to crap like this, is getting the people out of power who are using these groups and forming their own groups so they can use it. Incoming change. Two of Pentacles. A new balance. More manipulation. People are still this could be, you know, yeah, and the Moon. There's a lot of stuff that's going to come out about these groups and their manipulation, and stuff's coming out, stuff's being highlighted. What's going on with the Three of Swords? Current energy or issue? What's not the Three of Cups? Page of Cups. Surprising news. The Empress. An abundance. They're being fed an abundance of crap to boost them up. Ace of Cups. Overflowing emotion. People are just, they're getting more and more pissed off about this. And let's have a look at the likely outcome or result at Lord of Unfulfilled Success. Oh, they're going to have the devil to pay. Good. And I heard that devil is sitting, he's a big guy named Bubba, and he's sitting in a federal prison waiting for them to come along. Nine of Cups. Oh, they're not going to get their wish. They're not going to get their wish. It's on top of the devil. Nine of Pentacles. They think they're sitting pretty, but they're not. That's over here. That fell over here. Eight of Cups. People are abandoning them and walking away. Five of Swords. Here's that abuse of power, but I think it goes, to me, it goes on there. Justice. They're going to face justice. Partnership, that goes on top of that one there. Yep. You're always going to have trouble with small groups of people who interpret documents and things in different ways. It happens with all religions. And it happens with people who take the constitution of their country, whatever it may say, and try and twist it into their own ideas, twist it up into a way in which they can use it to enforce their own prejudices. Anyway, let's have a look. The last day of Trumpalooza. I'm going to have a look at that. And let's see what the orange blimp has in store. So let's not pretend that other people are going to tune in to listen to anybody else on the last day. They're not. They're not. I do know, I read that on average the DNC has outrated the RNC by over 2 million viewers a night. No wonder Trump was sitting there watching Melania the other night. He's got news that, you know, his 15.8 didn't stack up to the 18.7 or whatever at the DNC. Oh, a little bit of a laugh, that's good. So let's have a look. What is Trumpalooza? Day 4 of Trumpalooza. What's the final message the orange blimp has got for people? Sorry, you know me. I just try and refrain from calling outrageous names, but I can't help it. Can't help it today. Ooh. I will give you everything you ever wished for. Be healed, my children. I am the chosen one. Wouldn't surprise me if he came out with a southern accent and went full on evangelical. I am the chosen one and I can fulfill your wishes. Seven of Pentacles. What was it? Lord of unfulfilled successes. He's going to come up short. He's going to come up short of expectations. My heart is not bleeding for the galley. This is the Republican Party, and this lady looks seriously underwhelmed. It's underwhelming. It's just going to be underwhelming no matter what he tries. It's going to be a night, of course, a speech full of lies and deception and gaslighting. The Hierophant again. He's not going to talk about anything about the government. It's all going to be about me, everything I did to improve your institutions, and I'm the only one who can improve all these failing institutions. So it's all going to be about him and how he can fix all these failing institutions that are only failing because of him, by the way. 5 of Wands. You know what? There's going to be a bit of argy-bargy behind closed doors. He underwhelmed, and argy-bargy, upside down, conflict, disagreement, discord, people having to realise that they just got to let it go. The Tower, upside down. It's bad enough when you get it this way. When you get it that way, oh dear. You think something could happen? I don't want anything bad happening to people, but I think there's something that's going to happen while he's talking, and he's going to react somehow. He's going to say something that seriously stuffs with his presidential chances. His advisors have been saying, Mr. President, do not speak every night. But no, this is it. He's going to be judged. He's going to be judged. Face judgment. The Moon. Howling at the moon. He's going to be howling at the moon. And a lot of the Republican Party, they're going to go home, and on their way home, they're going to be leaning out of their cars going, oh, we're idiots, and howl at the moon all the way back to their little caves. Page of Wands. Whistleblower. There's going to be tales. There's going to be tales from the convention. Tales are going to start leaking out. Well, finish on a lighter note. Guys, please batten down your hatches. Do what you have to do to stay safe. Look after yourself. Look after your family. Look after each other if you can. And I'm going to take a couple of days away from this. I've got a couple of videos in mind I want to do over the next couple of days, and I'll have a few set to upload over the next week or so, but I'll be back again on my live for Sunday. But until then, love you all, and I'll see you at the next reading. Bye bye.